On the last leg of the Safari in Uganda tour of the Eastern region, we dared to take on the Elgon mountain. But when we started, it dawned on us that we perhaps underestimated this particular excursion. To be sure, we were geared up for it. But then came the weather, which we do not have control over.
Or when we go to the top of the mountain, it's a stretch that really takes us a number of days from here. We can't do it, but we need a couple of days to reach the top. From here, we need about 4 days.
Our ranger guide was quite cautious, but we did not miss the point in his polite declaration. We had come at the wrong time to be able to make it to the top. But come to think of it, was it actually the wrong time? December is usually a dry season, but 2022 has seen more than the usual rain, and it's unwise to climb this mountain in a rainy season. Would we then just pack our bags and come back? By no means. Mount Elgon's lower reaches will still give you a good experience. And so we opted to tour the Wanale Hills, which are the most prominent feature as you approach and while you are in Mbale town.
Where you are, we are standing at Wanale Hill, that is at 2,450 meters above sea level. This stretch that you see is part of the Mount Elgon National Park, that is an arm from the top of Mount Elgon. This arm that you see is an arm that runs around about 25 square kilometers.
And there went our brief. So even if you dare take on the Wanale Hills, you are actually halfway to the top, which for us was made impossible due to the weather.
That means you don't wash your boots, eh? You just pass here.
You would never know from Mbale town that up in the mountains is just water and the forests. You are totally taken into a different world, even at halfway to the peak.
And the rangers. I want to get some warmth. Can you get it for me?
Amazing, impressive, and magnificent are some of the few words I can use to describe this scenery. Behind me is the peak of Mountain Elgon. We've just conquered 2,550 meters above sea level. We are right at the top of Wanale Hills. But we can by no means go through our story without fulfilling our objective, showing you what climbing is all about. Earlier in 2022, teams did climb Elgon to the Wagagai peak, and they were kind enough to share their experience.
We have 3 trails of hiking. We have the Sasa Trail, which is the shortest but the toughest. That one is basically like ridge formed. It takes 3 days, and where you go, the first campsite is called Sasa campsite, where you go through a tropical zone, where you see most of the trees, the beautiful trees and flowers. Then you go to Mude campsite, where you go through the bamboo and heather zone. That is also another beautiful area, but as you approach from Mude to the top, that's where you see the everlasting flowers, and the vegetation changes for viewing. Mount Elgon is the only park which has the biggest caldera in the world. We have a big caldera, and that is found at the top of near Wagagai Peak. Climbing is mindset. It's not something like when you wake up in the morning, you're going for a game drive, where you just sit in the car and view what you want to view and come back maybe to a hotel or drive out. Climbing has the body, and you have to prepare the body to climb. So one of the things which is important is preparation, the prior preparation of the body to climb. After that, we have what we call the baggage, where you have to come, we sort out the porters who will carry for you the baggage, because we don't want you to have a lot of... Then we prepare the food, we have the porters who go with you, and the cooks. So as you move, you find at least by the time you reach the campsite, you find at least some food prepared and water.
We also have biking to the top of the mountain. We also have caving to one of the biggest caves that we have, that is the Tutum Cave. No one has ever got to the end of it. It can accommodate up to 15,000 people.
Many have definitely made it to the top of the mountain, the Ndagire Peak. Join us tomorrow as we come down the mountain and explore some other things that the Elgon has to offer.
Journey.
Finally.